Okay, I think we're back. Give it a minute for people to join up. Make sure that it doesn't fail again, as Yub said, fail stream. Is anyone getting an echo? Alright, sending out the link. Alright, got the echo fixed on my end. Go. Okay, good. No echo, it's just on my end, because I had two versions of myself playing, because I apparently really like listening to myself. So let's give it a minute for people to join. Alright, let's get started. Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, welcome to the first live stream of the new year. What's up, Qui-Gons? Treven's back. Right. We haven't done a live stream in a long time. Sorry about that. I don't know what Yub's posting there. Probably the live stream, I hope. Knowing Yub, you never know. So I've been slacking. We haven't done any live streams or live videos. Haven't been a ton of new game modes to really go over. Yeah, there's the Grand Arena. I think Grand Arena is cool. It just doesn't interest me. What I like about Grand Arena is that unlike Territory Wars, which I've been somewhat upfront about, that I don't like at all, is that if I participate in Grand Arena or I don't, that's my choice. It's not based on the guild, so I'm not kind of forced to participate in that. I mean, popcorn's always a good thing. I don't really eat popcorn anymore, but that's always a good thing for sure. I indulge now and then when I go to the movies. What's the point of going to the movies without popcorn? Alright, so Grand Arena, let's look. I won my first matchup pretty handily. He didn't have Revan or Treya, so that was a pretty easy win. I didn't set defense this time, just auto defense. I would have switched it up some. To give you ideas of my defense, I went with Revan, Treya, Jolie, and then three easy teams, so I left some for offense. I did that because without Revan or Treya, there's no way he's going to beat my Revan and my Treya. I would have done a little bit differently against this opponent who does have Treya. He's taken out my ship so far, no biggie. He's got a pretty strong defense, but I've saved a lot. So I've got my bounty hunters. I can take out, match for matches bounty hunter team. I've got JTR, take out Jolie. I've got my First Order and my Night Sisters to work, and I've got my CLS. So I probably won't be able to beat his Treya team and his CLS team both, since, I mean, I could try my JTR team against his CLS team or my Night Sisters. I don't think that would go well, though, especially not with C-3PO in there. So I'll probably focus on the CLS team, leave his Treya team behind. I don't think he can clear on 6 if I get around to doing offense. Yeah, see, how's keto going for you? You still doing keto? I know we talked about that before. I hope it's going well if you're still doing it. Alright. So we went over Grand Arena. Like I said, I know some of you don't like Grand Arena, you don't care, and I think that's the beauty of it, is that you can choose not to care. It doesn't affect the guild in any way, shape, or form. That's why I like Grand Arena a lot more than Territory Wars. If you don't like it, no biggie. You're only hurting yourself. That's all good. What I would say is... Why is my game lagging? What I would say is, I mean, at least set your defense so that other people can get achievements, even if you don't want to do offense. Anyway, Happy New Year, everyone. I hope everyone had a safe and happy New Year. I hope everyone had a wonderful Christmas, a Merry Christmas. I know I did. Christmas is my favorite time of the year. I'm a big family guy that way. Big on the holidays, everything like that. Christmas is always kind of that magical time. Um, Ever since I moved out of my mom's house, every year, Christmas Eve, I go up to her place. I used to spend the nights on there, but they kind of moved. They got a smaller place. What we do now is we go to the grandparents, and then my mom comes down and my sister comes down. We hang, we play some games, kind of that pre-Christmas Christmas before everyone shows up. Um, Unwrap the presents that we got for each other. You know, Dina and I, my girlfriend, we do our own presents separately, of course. But then it gives also my grandparents kind of that Christmas feel, you know, like they used to have when they were kids. So really like that tradition. This year, my mom was traveling for Christmas. She was going on vacation with her husband. So she's like, I'm coming for Thanksgiving, but I'm not coming for Christmas, which was kind of a disappointment, but I can understand that. She lives in Missouri, so she moved away. So that's a long trip, and she had some plans going on. She texted me or called me a few days before Christmas Eve and said, "Hey, I'm going to be coming if you are going up to Grandma and Grandpa's," which I was planning on going anyway, keep that tradition alive even without her. So it was a surprise for my grandparents, which was very nice when she walked through the door. You know, especially my grandpa was very excited. He said, "I knew you were going to show up. I knew it." He's like, I've been telling Judy, his wife, he doesn't call her grandma, weird. I telling her all day that you were going to be here. You wouldn't miss this. So that was nice. And then she came the next day for Christmas as well, while they were traveling on their way. NS still kills CLS with C3PO. Lost 105 in Keto so far. Okay, that's good to know. Although my NS do kind of suck, to be honest. My mods aren't very good. But dude, congratulations on the 105. Whether you're keto or not, that's a huge accomplishment. And a big props to you. You know, keep it going in the new year. I don't know where you're at or what you expect, but I hope that, you know, you've felt that increased energy and everything, and kind of those aches and pains have gone on. But big props to you. Congratulations. That's a tough thing to do. Anyway, so I hope everyone had a wonderful Christmas. Like I said, favorite time of year. Comes into the new year. I'm not big on New Year's resolutions. I've never been that guy. Like, it's just, and I understand that some people like that motivation. For me, it's just switching over the calendar year. It's just a different day. We just put a different number at the end of it. So I've never been a big thing. Yub Nubs, holy crap, I have to assume is to see my bro. And yeah, absolutely, I feel the same way. That's fantastic. Okay. So one of our things we do in the live streams is we welcome the new guild members. And I'm sorry that I haven't done this in a while to welcome the new folks. But we have a good amount of new folks because I haven't done this in a while. And it's always sad when people leave, but we're always happy to get new people too and kind of join our happy little community. And I've always said that I think the community to me is more important than the game. Like, if you're happy in the community, if you leave the game, yeah, see, that sucks. But we're happy to have you stay in the community. You know, if you ever decide to leave the game, you are more than welcome to sit around and chat with us and talk about keto. Or post bean pics, even though a lot of us don't eat beans anymore. So I try to remember these, but for this one, we're gonna look them up because there's quite a few, and I don't want to miss anyone. And congrats to Comrade. Um, for those who don't know, this was a trivia question back in the day. For our first anniversary, Comrade was our first ever member to join up through the forums when we did a recruiting post, and now he's the lifetime leader in raid tickets. We're getting there. We're getting there. See, Comrade's taken me over in raid tickets. I don't know when. I missed my 600. It was a while back. I don't know what happened there. So my apologies for that. But good for you, Comrade. The leader in raid tickets. He's silently lurking. Comrade's always here. He just doesn't talk a lot. He's a lurker. So whoops. So all right, we've got some good names. I like it. Welcome, Motorbroder 1000. Welcome back, Go Knights. For those that don't know, Go Knight was an original member. I know Go Knight personally. He was one of our founding members, one of our original officers. So welcome back to him. Welcome, Ben Dover. Been excited about getting to say that. You know, welcome Ridley. Welcome Too Easy. Welcome Fawns. And I think we've already got these guys, but just in case, welcome Medvedko and welcome Combat Instructor. And I mean, just in case, welcome Obi-Wan. Welcome back, Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan, for those who don't know, Obi-Wan took a little hiatus for a little bit, but then he came back strong. We're getting there, we're getting there. We had a little mix-up with the Rancor raid recently, so I'll explain that a little bit for those who are still kind of confused at what was going on there. So Blee was out to eat. I don't know who he was out with because, as typical in the evening, his wife was at my house. Ailey is a former guild member, and we've remained close. Anywho, his son decided to grab his iPad and play Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. And of all the things he decided to do, his son, how old is he, Blee? I want to say 6 or 7? Could be wrong. I'm really bad with people's kids. I'm sorry. And not only launched a Rancor raid, a tier 1, but then proceeded to solo it. So Blee called me. If you don't know, I know Blee in real life. Blee called me and he's like, hey, you need to demote me from officer now. He's got the iPad before any more damage gets done. And I was like, too late. And I was like, with glee, I've been waiting for this for almost 3 years now, 2.5 years. So that was what happened with the Rancor raid. So apologize for that. Things happen. You know how we do things. We let Qui-Gons be Qui-Gons. All right. So for the big announcement, as I alluded to earlier, I always said that I think being part of this community is a bigger part to me than being part of the game. I will be quitting the game soon. Not tonight, but shortly. I will be leaving the game. The good news is that JDollars will be taking over the guilds, which he's pretty much already done anyway. I've just been sitting in the background, but he'll have the official title. Got it, Obi-Wan. JDollars has, I asked him, and he has agreed to take it over. I've let the officers know already what's going on. They're all behind him, of course. And he will do great, absolutely. This isn't goodbye. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to continue, and I'll be in the chats. Might even use my free time to host some trivias or some things like we used to do that we've been slacking off on. But shortly I will be leaving the game. My accounts, I have no attachment to my account, so if anyone wants to run a second account, it's got Revan, and we can get it switched over to you. JDollars is kind of an expert on that because he's done it. Then you can have an account, whether you want to keep it in Qui-Gons, whether you want to keep it in Womp Rats, whatever. You can absolutely keep it. Am I going to make videos still? I don't know. I mean, my guess would be probably not. And I apologize, I forget what that username is. You got to tell me who you are. I'm sure you've been in these before, and if I hadn't spent 6 months not doing one, remember it. But it will be tough to make videos without really being able to log into the game. But maybe you can all convince JDollars that he can start live streaming some videos, because he can take that onto his plate too, along with everything else. Better not be going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. I'll still be in the chat. I'll still be an active member of the community because that's important to me. But I will be leaving the game. I think obviously you all deserve an explanation of why I'm leaving. No, I'm not going to another game. I'm definitely not going to another guild. I would never do that. I'm not unhappy with the game. I'm not upset with the game, anything like that. Obviously, it's been almost 3 years for me playing. It'll be 3 years mid-January. It's not as exciting as it once was, but I'm still more than happy to play the game. Some of you know this. I've mentioned this here and there. So about 1.5 years ago, I started a new job, and it was my first ever desk job. I've always been a kind of on my feet type person. Not construction or anything. It's always been indoors. And the equipment that I originally used, I'm a big statured guy. I'm 6'3". I've got big hands, things like that. There's a very small keyboard and a very small mouse. And very quickly, I contracted, carpal tunnel in both arms. For those who are familiar with it, both my median and my ulnar nerve. are bad. It causes numbness, pain in the wrist, things like that. My radial was bad at first. Caused a lot of pain in the forearm, a lot of spasms, things like that in both forearms. But through better equipment, my job has been great about getting me better equipment, things like that. Through going to occupational therapy, the radial is cleared up, but the other two are still there. Much better than they used to be. Originally when it first happened, it was like holding ice packs on the arms, just to sleep, things like that. I've had to change the way I sleep because I normally would like lay with my arm under my pillow, but then that will cause the arm to go numb, things like that. But it's gotten a lot better through occupational therapy. But one of the triggers has always been. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm reading chat. Big hands. One of the triggers has always been, phone use and playing the game. And I knew that, but I'm stubborn and I wanted to play the game, and it's like, we're just going to ignore the fact that, it hurts when I play the game. I quit some other games I was playing at the time. Like, I was really into Golf Clash when it happens. Like, I played a lot of Golf Clash. I had to quit Golf Clash because I was playing a couple hours a day, and that would hurt a lot. Anyway, over kind of the Christmas week, I spent a lot of time with family and things like that to where I wasn't playing the game, like didn't do, set defense or do offense on a grand arena between Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, things like that. And my hands felt pretty good. And then I would come home and I would catch up, do all my battles and all that stuff on the phone, and they would start hurting. I'd never really taken a break from the game for any period of time to notice how much playing the game was actually affecting that. So that was kind of a wake-up call. So this last week, it's like, okay, yeah, it's time to, try to get this better. Part of it is, at some point, I may need surgery. I don't know, no big deal. It's not like I'm getting my liver removed or anything. It's just carpal tunnel, that's, a long time of rehab. You're not going to be wanting to use the phone, things like that. So I would obviously have to quit the game during that. And I would hate to have it when we're in the middle of something important with the guild to where I can't participate, whether it's a new raid and we're doing the planning or we're making sure we're getting our battles and things like that. Right now, all the raids are on farm. TB is mostly on farm. Everything's good there. That's the streamer I follow on Facebook that's popping up there. Maybe get new hands. I would love that, to be honest, at this point. I would love that. So it's a great time. It coincided with the new year. It's not because of new year, new beginning, anything like that. It's just pure coincidence on there. Have I ever thought about quitting the game before? Yeah. When Territory Battles came out, that was such an increase on what the officers needed to do. It was like, oh, this is so much time. This is work. Thought about it, but Territory Battles, the guild quickly picked it up, and then we were good there. When Territory War came out, that was bad. I still don't like Territory War. I've never liked Territory War. Still don't like it. I guess the first couple I liked it. Those were fun, but again, a big increase on what the officers could do. But we kind of backed off from that when we were doing the Sith raid. And the Sith raid, the raids to me are the most fun. So planning for that, everything like that, there was kind of in the back of my head like, okay, when we get this on farm, I'll step away, but I'm certainly not going to do it before that. But then we got it on farm and everything was good. But now it's just a good time to do it. The guild's in great hands. I probably wouldn't do this if we didn't have such a strong support team with J Dollars taking over the guild, and then with the officers. We've got awesome officers there. They've taken so much off my plate that it's basically like I'm not even guild leader anymore, which is awesome. And like I said, there's nothing really going on in the game right now that we need a ton of planning, or that the guild's not going to miss anything by me leaving, which is a big part to me. I would have quit this game long, long ago. 3 years for any game is a long time. For a mobile game is a lifetime. And I think many of you feel the same way. It's funny, Rage alluded to this earlier today in chat, and then Bones did too. And that was before I had announced it to the officers. And I was like, oh, what perfect timing that, would have quit this game without this guild. And it's absolutely true. You guys are the most amazing community that I've ever been a part of, online or otherwise. And for me, that's a big deal because I've been doing online gaming for a long time. Started with Ultima Online, which, if you've paid attention, you've heard me talk about. It's still one of my favorite games of all time. But I've never been a part of a large group or a large guild or anything like that because I'm kind of an elitist. Like, if there's one person that I don't like, I'm out of here. And I used to be, when things were very chat based, like if people spelled things wrong, I was nope, 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 But I was younger and more angry. Now I'm a little bit better about that. Good thing for Love Trooper. Just throwing shade at you, buddy. Except that weirdo Pyro. I should catch up to chat on here. Was it because Bones called you out for raid farming? Yeah. Still haven't played UO. I still have a UO account. I activated it when I got my desk job. I'm like, I could play this in the background, macro it. Unfortunately, all my houses were gone, which is a lot of my stuff. And then I realized part of the carpal tunnel is using playing a computer game with that mouse and keyboard. Doesn't work at all. That's instant pain. The mouse and keyboard I have for work is very much a little bit different. It's a vertical mouse, which is interesting. You hold it completely different, but it does not work for gaming. It's not nearly sensitive enough or anything like that. Anyway, but see, I read the comments and I get distracted. Back to my point there. So I've never been part of a large online community. And going into this, that was nervous, especially inviting people to group me, and there's going to be people in the chat and everything like that. And you guys have absolutely blown away any and all expectations that I ever had, any and all hopes that I ever had for what this could turn into. You guys are awesome, and I really appreciate that. And that's why, yeah, like I said, I'm not going anywhere in this community. Some of the things that we did where other guilds were recruiting, you have to be this level, you have to be this strong, this many 7-star characters, everything like that. We just said we're going to take you in when we recruited. And then we were one of the first 100 guilds to beat the Heroic Rancor. We were one of the first 200 guilds to beat the Heroic AAT. And we would have been one of the first 100, but we had some turnover at that time. A lot of people didn't like that Heroic AAT with the tier 6 and the tier 7, and that's understandable. And there was some turnover, some definite turnover. We lost some of our bigger rosters then. Then we were one of the first 200 or so guilds to beat the Heroic Sith, which was the toughest one to date, clearly. Took the most... Well, I don't know if it took the most planning, because the Rancor and the AT, $8 and Bones did a lot for those, too, so... But we've managed to be one of the top guilds out there without actually trying to be a top guild out there. Our GP keeps going up. We have routinely we were at the time, we were one of the lowest GP guilds to beat the Heroic Sith. At one point, we were very high in TW as far as our ranking then. When we were more focusing on TW, when we went to the Heroic Sith, when we started working on that, we got away from that. But we've continually outperformed our normal GP for star total in territory battles. So, without trying to be a top guild, we are a top guild, and that's all thanks to you guys. You guys are absolutely amazing, and the officers are absolutely amazing. Aw, thanks, Rule. Alright, I'm going to go back here and read a little bit of chat here, and then check group me. Who's seen Bird Box, by the way? Playing an iPad Pro. So I have an iPad Pro. It doesn't work. The whole tapping and with the fingers and things like that, it still definitely causes issues. I've tried that. Good idea though. Golf Clash sounds like the lamest game ever. So Golf Clash it's a lot of fun. I'm not gonna say that because you'll just get addicted to it, but it's a lot of fun on there. Maybe get new hands. Would love to Atreyu. I want a Luck Dragon. YouTube doesn't get me because he spams. No one likes TW. Pyro used to like TW. I think See My Bro likes TW. There's a few out there that like TW. Yeah, Bird Box I thought was great. I'm not a huge fan of Netflix movies. I like Netflix shows. Usually the movies I don't think are very good. Bird Box I thought could have been in theaters. Didn't really care for the ending, but everything else was fantastic. Speaking of Netflix shows, go watch The Last Kingdom. Just got announced for season 4. So thank you to those who did watch it. I rewatched season 1 and season 2 after season 3, hoping to get season 4, so I feel like I've done part of that. While we chat a little bit, let's. I know you guys love. No, we don't want to do that. I know you guys love seeing these events, so let's see. I've upgraded my Ewoks, so this should be pretty easy, right? Oh, I forgot to put in Elder. That's all right. What are we doing? After Narcos, yeah, I've heard good things about Narcos. Former manager at a former job really loved Narcos a lot. He loved Peaky Blinders too. I tried with Peaky Blinders, but I just couldn't do it because the audio, like with all the accents, I had a hard time understanding them without cranking the TV and knowing who was who, thing like that. Let's drop Tebow and put in Elder. I don't know what you're talking about, Yub. I don't know what you're talking about. You, yeah, there we go, Rule. That's what I'm looking for. So, the last time we did this battle on the live stream, I had Wicket lead in instead of Chirpa, and it was just a little fun. And I was like, man, I used to be able to beat this. I don't know what's going on. And Baked had commented on it, and then so did Rule, and Rule messaged me. He's like, I wanted to kill it. I wanted to kill you so much seeing that on there. It's going better so far. I've updated these. Oh, Bones is talking to me. Let's pull up the iPad. And where's GroupMe? So I was going to do like kind of like go through and make JDollars the guild leader, you know, as part of the like the hey guys, I'm leaving the game. That was my whole little plan. But it turns out I can't do that. I got to look at that. Apparently, I think if I leave when I leave the guild, it'll ask me to set a new leader. I got to double check on that, how that all works. So I apologize for the lack of kind of the way that worked. Do I not have GroupMe on the iPad? Let's see. Let's check here. What's Bones want? Bones is talking about the Matrix. Bones is still trying to get me to join in the Matrix. How's Ewoks doing? Okay. I will open this up to you guys if you have any questions. I will say, like I said, I'd still definitely want to be a part of the community. Yes, Last Kingdom, absolutely. We might run some trivia or something like that. We'll still be involved. Won't be playing the game, but that doesn't mean we can't be involved in some of the stuff with the game. Who knows? Maybe we'll still give out some gift cards if there's a like a release or something like that. We didn't do that for Revan because honestly, with Revan, like you either had him or you didn't. I don't think there's anyone that was just like, I just need a $20 gift card and I'll get Revan. Uhtred, boom. Did you say who you were, PD? Did I miss it? I don't want to have to look back through previous live streams and find out who you were. Anywho, let's do this. Waiting for GOT. Yeah, I thought that Last Kingdom was a really good kind of filler for Game of Thrones. Wow, that was a lot easier than it used to be, even when I had Sherpa lead in there. Oh, it's Ebiz. Hey, Ebiz, you want to take over my account? Do it. Do it. All right. JDollars, since we got you in here, let's put you on the spot. Are you going to be doing some YouTube videos, doing some live stream? Silence. We're waiting. We've got dead air here, JDollars. And he gives me the laughing face. I'll even hook you up with my Airstream server if I know how to do that. Any questions? I've got everything I wanted to say. I mean, thank you all, everything like that. Like I said, it's not goodbye. I'll still be here, but you guys have made this game amazing. But I'm chilling for a little bit before we go play some PUBG. By the way, I've been, wow, Wicked hits hard, doesn't he? Oh, they cut the AT&T health in half on the regular one? Seriously? The regular one wasn't hard to begin with. Like, as long as you had Chirpa lead. And not Wicked. This one might be tough with Wicked lead. I don't know. We're doing okay. Anyone wants to play Xbox? I'm Trevin on Xbox. Hook me up with your gamer tag. Now that I'm leaving the guilds, I've always been a little private on there with like the gaming and the social media and stuff, because I didn't want anyone to, like, if um, kind of the wizard behind the curtain, like to do a little Wizard of Oz theme. Like be disappointed, like, oh, this is what he's like. I don't like this guild anymore. Now who cares? I'm not in the guild, or I won't. I will be for a little bit. There you go. Recruit your brother. Ebiz, now you got to take this one. Get it, or get your best friend Parags to do it. All right. Any questions from anyone? Do I have a Switch? I don't. J Dollars does and Framing does. I don't. I'm a one console type of person. Just because when I had the 360, I bought a PS3 as well. But then it honestly sat on my counter for a month and I sold it to someone. I just don't have that much time. Maybe I'll have a little bit more time for console gaming. But the other thing about the Switch is um, I know that you can get the controllers and stuff and everything for it, but doing the handheld part of it sounds like it's not good for carpal tunnel, to be honest. Doing them for you. Hey, you record them, I'll narrate them. Uh oh, we're in trouble. We need Elder to get the. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so Jade always has a Switch and Framing has a Switch. I think Framing plays online on a Switch, if that's a thing. My YouTube chat is lagging. Good to know. Bought a Pro controller to play Smash Ultimate. That's understandable. I know some people are using like N64 controllers or something like that. Did Elder die? We might be in trouble here, kids. Wicked Lead just isn't what it used to be. I've heard really good things about Super Smash Brothers. So I kind of have a love, not love relationship. We won't say hey, but I love the first one so much. And then kind of everyone that I've played beyond that, it's like, why isn't this the first one? I don't like this as much. But I've heard that this one is really, really good. That other people that felt the same way really like this one a lot. Do you play online? Do you play with people? Jade always probably just plays in front of the mirror and talks to himself. Gonna play after this stream. I'm gonna play PUBG shortly after this stream. Let's. Can he do it? Man, I lost. See if we can do it with a better leader. Now I gotta switch to Ewoks because they're not at the top. That's nonsense. So yeah, if anyone wants an account, you can continue in Qui-Gon's. Um, Still unlocking, you can use timing. That makes sense. Or you can, if you want, you can go chill. You can go in Womp Rants if you want to do a different guild, everything like that. So totally up to you. So real, I heard that. Who was it? Tito? Was that you, Tito? That was saying something about using Sonic and just running around a lot, and you can unlock characters. Whatever. All right, we're gonna wrap this up. Let's see if there's any GroupMe comments. One method I brings me back to Ultima Online when we used to try to speak in old English because we were losers. Ultima Online was like my Saturday nights in high school. 37, so I've been pretty upfront about that. But that was playing UO. Other people are out partying. I'm from a small town. There wasn't that much partying. I'm sitting at home playing UO. All right, we're gonna wrap this up. So anyway, we'll figure out how to make J Dollars guild leader. I demoted Blee. That's really the reason I'm leaving, because this game can't get any better after getting to demote Blee. There's just that's the pinnacle of everything there. But I'll be around. I'll still be in chat. I will still answer any questions you have about the game for as long as I still have knowledge about the game. I won't answer questions about Grand Arena or TW too much because I'm not an expert on either of those. That's why I always feel bad when people ask the territory questions. I'm like, man, I'd love to help you more, but that's just not my forte. Outlander, that's its show, right? I think I tried to watch that, or I saw enough commercials for it. I felt like I watched it, but I never did. That's cool though. Um, I I started saying to Dina to annoy the piss out of her. Every time I would say anything that ended with a toe, like burrito or Dorito, where people put it a D, I would emphasize the T. And I know that your wife probably doesn't say I to yeah, Scottish time traveling. I thought that's what it was. Yeah, I saw a ton of commercials for that. She probably doesn't say I to annoy the piss out of you, but so I would be like, I'm gonna have some Doritos, and she'd be like, why are you saying it like that? I'm like, saying what? You're putting the emphasis on the toes. I'm like, it's a T, Doritos. And then we were going to a Mexican place. I'm like, I might get a burrito. And it got to the point where she was second guessing how she said it. Because she's like, I say Doritos. Like, yeah, it's a T, not a D. Why do I say it like that? Which was one of the years we had a Super Bowl party. I got some of the people that were there to all say Doritos that way too, but they went a little bit overboard and just started saying it nonstop. So that was pretty obvious that it was all a bit. I also started saying lotion for lotion for a while. That didn't pick up as much though. But basically, my relationship goals are just to annoy her and push her buttons and piss her off. Like the time that I covered the mirror in lotion and then wrote no rules on it because I was on a no rules kick for a while. Anyhow, that's more than anyone needed to know. Who'd we lose? It wasn't Elder, was it? I don't. Who's still? Oh, we're gonna win anyway. Oh yeah, it wasn't Elder. All right, I'm gonna check out here. You're always free to private message me or whatever. I'll be in the chats. Anyway, congratulations to J Dollars. He will do great, and if he doesn't, whatever, I'll hear about it. But he's got a great cast of supporting officers behind him to help him out, and then he's got a wonderful guild full of people too. So, peace, guys, and thanks for all the fish. Try them out.